Synopsis of Gods. Since the beginning, what constantly flows is the purpose of achieving the eternal progress that is to build a paradise on the earth, where all gods and people both have a joy. Time has arrived on both for the universe and man to clear off incidents caused under the various circumstances in the past and settle them all. For this the necessary preparation has been made and man gets more enriched so as to be a new man. It is time for the world to come to fruition. The God's grandeur plot has come to complete. Now man can see the achievement of the God's will, the God's plan and the God's thought on the earth. All the necessary facilities and preparations have been arranged and done on all the places in the universe with no shortages. When the earth is looked at through from the universe eye, it is in generally a time of mature in which the necessary people are posted and all is ready now. When the completion of the reunification is achieved, the original powerful state of the earth is restored. The fact that all is plotted by the God in order to complete man who is to live on the ground. The great achievement in the technology, the art, the science and the mental growth have been accomplished by man that has the flesh body. After completion of man and a life on the earth, man must set to work on the mission assigned respectively with acquiring the new knowledge in conception of the completed universe. Man is required to do one's best to carry out one's mission in a given position and to proceed wholeheartedly to the direction of the development and the progression. Because man belongs to a family of the universe. For people who have kept living long in the earthly world, it almost is impossible for them to look at the world with the view from the outside of their general concept. The gods have been watching and protecting them from behind as if the gods do not exist. The gods never appear and make themselves clear for their existence. People have kept spending a life without knowing about the fact at all. All lets every creation go progress without stopping and lets them live. There is no way other than to proceed. Time is matured for people when they have gone over all of their earthly emotions. It is a matter of course people convince the truth. In the beginning there is nothingness. From there begins the creation in which consciousness arises. Consciousness becomes the original source of all substances. Further, it is developed under the divine providence. The world of the not becomes the world of the ultra-extreme origin in which is fully filled with the original substance. Consciousness fills up the globe. The world is kept long. Under the new grand conception, many critical phases have been surpassed in order to create a materialized world. The creators themselves have gotten the thrones and conducted the substantiation of the various sources of the materials for long. Further, sun, moon and stars are realized. Providence of the evolution for them is placed. It even reaches directly to the world of the creation. Next to the seven-dimensional world of the absolute ultra-not, there is the world of the creation where creators have the thrones. Then the five-dimensional world exists to let all the creations live and protect them. The gods preside over the five-dimensional world and the creators. Both consider to make the four-dimensional world and have created many gods providing their natures as brothers and sisters. All the gods given the natures of the original two gods and they all come appear. A life of only the spirit has been kept quite long peacefully. The four-dimensional world has been systematically well governed. But the gods preside over there as expressed the opinion by the creators in the six-dimensional world. That every god born has not enough strength and is too infantile. So all the gods are let free to act and pursue whatever they want without any restraints. It is to give them discipline. In order to bring about the strong world, it is put the disorder intentionally in the four-dimensional world. It is changed into the different world. The gods preside over the four-dimensional world, consult with the gods of the six-dimensional world. To create the three-dimensional world to link with the invisible world of the four-dimensional world. Namely, to create the world where all are visible, touchable and felt actually. Everything in all dimensions accomplished up to then is reflected to the earthly world in order to make the universe where life is consistent eternally. All the dimensional worlds from the 7 to the 3 have got the role. There is no abnormal conditions from the uppermost world to the earthly world. And the task assigned in each dimension is the source of life that has been continued as it is. From the uppermost world to the four-dimensional world is the area provided the part of the task of the original gods. Namely, they are governed under the dimension set by the transformation of the original two gods that rule and protect the whole universe. The gods' scheme is being continued in the universe yet now. Prudently considered and prepared the arrangement in the universe, the invisible world is begun in the beginning of the creation. Lives of all the creations as well as man's life are protected. The necessary materials required for metabolism are constantly put to the atmospheric air and the earth. The original gods, the creators, work on all dimensions and never give up or abandon the worlds they have created. They act as guardian deities for all in every precise detail, like a parent in the universe. Man is a member of the universe that exists near him/her. Only very few people have noticed its significant importance of existence. People have stayed in only the visible world in the past. It is called a reflected world or a world of the whole creation. This world is influenced by the upper worlds and where man makes a life in limited time. Man keeps going on in this specialized world of the three dimensions. The spectrum world is placed for man to clear up one's karmas or reasons caused in a life on the earth. And in the spiritual world, man washes all the dirts off and becomes ready to go proceed to the God spiritual world. Man must pass across these paths. In the spectrum world accumulate the dusts, the scums and the dirts from the earthly world, the spiritual world and the spectrum world themselves. There comes the species making uses of them and gain the spiritual form in both the spectrum and the spiritual worlds in which they find the nests to inhabit. The spectrum and the spiritual worlds have greatly changed to become the place where solidified, haku, karma is dominant. People who pass these worlds must have lots of the hardships, the embarrassments and the awkwardnesses. Further, the distorted spectrum world enlarges in the spiritual world and gets stronger so that people ordinarily cannot pass it. Under the circumstances, those who have the original nature of the vileness are aggravatingly distorted, and have gained the power and the privileges, and some have become rulers. Man's life and death are influenced. From here some who gain life become sly and cunning in their repeated transmigrations. There are some using this place to make their followers and construct a place to implement their make-up authorities. However, there appear people who even know about these situations pass wisely through these worlds. Generally, the trend recently shows people are getting wiser. This bizarre and complex world is being cleaned up, and the distorted heart and the distorted people are losing their techniques. Man, when leaving the earthly world, would not face the obstacles. Man on the earth can grow up sound in both body and mind. Now man is in time to express one's own natural state that cannot be possible to do in the past. Recent phenomenon in the society shows people in the legitimate lineage tend to long for it. There even arises heartwarming atmosphere, and people naturally bring a heart of the God within them. People are now on their way toward their original state of mind. The pass common to all dimensions is made of the God heart, namely the true state of people that the gods originally have made. It is wisdom of the gods. It is to let people live without any fears. Man lives in the actual world with the power of the spirit and the strength to make a living on the ground. Up to now, not too many people have found the truth of man. People who are required to open the new world must gather now. Namely, on the ground the necessary people are posted. So many people in the original state have appeared now in this world which is never seen before. The intent of the God penetrates through all dimensional worlds down to this world. Solemnly, and all the creatures on the earth are protected in the fastness of the gods. Furthermore, who can acknowledge the fact that man with the flesh body is constantly kept under the protection of the guardian deity? People who come from home of the spirit in the heaven live on the earth. Their bodies are made and nourished by metabolism. To think and carry out the things are supported by the flesh bodies that are given by the gods in the upper world. Man needs to know how it is well prepared for man to make a living freely as one wishes in this earthly world, and how well it is arranged the circumstance for man to make a full effort to accomplish the missions. The God's consideration penetrates through the universe to man to provide him/her all the necessary protections. Man unknowingly has been receiving them and overcoming the hardships. To this world all the things in the upper world are realized. What happened in the three-dimensional world has happened in the upper world already. Reflection of the incidents in the upper world to the three-dimensional world is done in every detail. The whole creation detailedly reflects all such as the incidents occurred in the beginning. The happenings in the four-dimensional world now and then clearly to this actual world. Presently it is being restored back to the original state. The gods never begrudge supports on man and the earth. The various hardships and battles between the good and the evil have been overcome and finished. All is entering time of the reunification. Time cycles as the creation, the freewheeling, the limitation and the reunification. Time of the reunification has come. All in the universe follows it. The creators and all dimensions have started working on the task orderly. Here also time for the reunification has come. At last all try to go back to the time of the beginning and achieve the completion of the reunification. The will of the original gods in the nature solidifies into the material that has made the earth. On the surface of the earth at the beginning covers the ocean, and on the ground activate the volcanic mountains. On the ground is fed the essential nourishment, and in the ocean are created the living creatures. The earth on which the works of moon and sun concentrate and breed the living creatures. Moon and sun are the special existence for the earth. They exist since the creation. When the earth is created in the real world, the natures and the constitutions of moon and sun are provided to the earth. Most of the constitutions of moon and the part of that of sun are added to the earth. All is done under the wills and the works of the creators and the gods of the five and the four-dimensional worlds. The earth after solidified is completed by the repeated repairs. Many trials done for the creations in the nature, and further many various experiments are tried to make man. All the processes for the universal creations are taken into consideration, and by means of metabolism the ties are vitalized. Man is not a product of the evolution. Man is not made from other animals. Man is the greatest achievement and the product of the God's best work. For innumerable years is fostered, CQI, in the earth connects to the universal, CQI. And let them have relation with the original, CQI. Meantime the birds and the insects are created for man's joy, and also greens and the 5 staple grains are created for man's growth. Why everything is brought from the heaven to this world is because for man a partial spirit of the creators is provided. As parents think of child's happiness, the creators think of the prosperity for man and the universe. The vigorous atmosphere in the universe is for the prosperity for all humankind. The creators never stop sending an essential substance from the heaven that is the original source of metabolism to man's world. In the atmospheric substances, whether they are large or small, they exist invisibly, and some among them work very strongly in the biological development. And simultaneously the solid substances, helped by the atmospheric substances, work on the biological development and make the process of energy combustion easy. The various kinds of many substances fill in the atmospheric air, and hydrogen and oxygen spread up to the farthest end of the sky. Are set for people who prefer an original and fresh, CQI, on the earth. Firstly made as the substances on the earth are water and salt. These are very important essentials for man. Man partakes them in the 5 staple grains as tasteful food. To be as man one firstly needs CQI, that flows in the universe, and CQI, in the atmospheric air in the nature, CQI, of the organism. Like plants, vegetation and soil etc. in the nature. Man naturally can take them in with the joy. So is made man with the flesh body. Man eats the essence of soil and its products, and is composed of them with the substances in the atmospheric air. Man's body has the function that performs chemosynthesis. Man's body produces vitality and unites with one's own spirit to emanate vigorous, CQI. Man calmly and naturally stays in the heaven and the earth of the universe. Created beings from nothingness. Man wears CQI when one is born and is let wear it on eternally. Since the beginning up to now, man carries the same process of metabolism over and has gained all the knowledges so that one can become a superhuman. Accomplishment of the sound body and the sound mind is the harmonious completion of man on the ground. Man pursues the truth as if to pursue one's birthplace. It is because of the spiritual reason, and because man is born in the nature. And because this world, the 3-dimensional world, is created by the creators in such a way that everything in the upper world is condensed. And all the living creatures in it are the products of the intent of the creators that are all made for man and man's joy. The most important thing to remember is whatever the world has become wrong. The rules of the universe and each assignment of every dimension have been protected. Further, the original substance in the beginning abundantly has been supplied to support all the living beings in this earthly world. The God's scheme is being realized. The nature is made for man. It is happy to exist for man. It is made by the creators provided with their heart. Therefore no impurities exist there. The nature is pure and serene. When man becomes conscious of the nature, man resonates and connects to the heaven to clean the scums and the dirts of the rain. Then the success of the great nature leads man's completion on the earth. Seeing the firmed completion of the new world and ending the disarrayed world. Now the long journey for the great completion has come near to the final destination.